Hey everybody, welcome to our weekly update. We are back in California, so it's been a week. We had a week hiatus in settling back and traveling back to California, and so there's been a week delay, but here is our update. It's been amazing to be back.
Yeah, we've been back about 10 days or so. We're in a cottage in Encinitas, which is where we lived before we...
Just north of San Diego.
Just north of San Diego. Before we took off in the van, we lived in this town. It's a wonderful place, in particular the area that we're in, which is, as is said here, west of the 5, meaning west of the freeway. We're really close to the water, and we can walk to downtown where there's lots of restaurants. And anyway, I think we've both been surprised at how it's felt being back. We had such an amazing time in the van traveling. We had such an amazing time in Costa Rica exploring, certainly in Chiripo, which was really, really special. And I was actually kind of like, oh man, we're going back to California. I'm not that excited about it, but it's been amazing. We've had such a rich, wonderful time, and things that we couldn't experience or attain or have, quote unquote, in Chiripo and other parts of Costa Rica are here. There's a lot of variety. Everything, it's very easy, which, there's a downside to that, and there's an upside to having things not so available. So the variety and the diversity of one and the other kind of blending together is very interesting.
Yeah, it's been really great to be back. Variety being like, there's like 10 vegan restaurants here. There's a movie theater up the street. There's just conveniences. Really, there's a store where we can buy everything we need for our baby, like right around the corner. There's all kinds of things that are really that feel easy and good about being here. And I think that we both are really nervous about reverse culture shock, so they call it.
Yeah.
Coming back, and I don't think we've experienced that much of that actually, but I definitely miss it. I definitely miss Chiripo. I definitely miss Costa Rica. There's the energy there, the awakeness in the people that we met, the creativity of people working on the land, the stillness.
Yeah. The vegetation, the lushness. It's lush here, but it's special. It's different there.
But it's very developed
here.
The
mountains, very developed.
It's still quite urban here, so there's pros and cons, there's so many great places to eat, and like we can walk right downtown and have anything we need, and there's a great bookshop and all these conveniences, but yeah, it's kind of a trade-off, so it's an exploration in progress.
Yeah, we don't know what this means. Honest to God, we'll see. I wanted to comment really quickly on the return trip from Costa Rica and contrasting that with experiences in U.S.-based kind of international travel departure points. Having traveled a lot over the years, it was so different flying to the U.S. from San Jose. A few highlights: we didn't have to take our shoes off.
Oh, security was so
much
easy.
easier.
I told them that I had some drinks for the baby, bebidas para el bebé, and they didn't even
They just
they put them right through the screener. Yeah. But here, they test it and make sure that you're not putting any explosive chemicals or whatever. Anyway, it was so easy.
Very civil. And we went to the front of the line because we had a baby. All the time.
They have a separate line for people with children, a separate security line for people with children, and elders. Amazing. I know they put to the head of the line too. So it was great.
And we got on the plane first, and we had all these amazing kind of coincidences in the airport. We ran into a young lady and her partner, I believe, or boyfriend or husband. Anyway, the two of them were at the airport that we had met in Chiripo the first night we were there. And it's always our baby, Sophia, who kind of unlocks these wonderful interactions. She saw their dog and went running up to them, and then we realized, oh my God, we've met them. We met them in Chiripo, which was just so wonderful.
And the night before in San Jose, we had met a guy who was talking about them too. So
yeah,
one of those boom, 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 boom synchronicities. Yes, we're in the right place, headed in the right direction. It was really great.
And then the flight home was so easy, and there was a woman on there with her daughter, who we had met in Santa Teresa. Teresa took a yoga class with her. So it was just again. So many reflections of being on the right path, really being on our right path, and following our excitement, and just having the universe, higher self, higher aspects of self, constantly encouraging, pulling us along, cheering us along, showing us the way. Yeah, so there's that little update. Secondly, this is a big week for us. April 12th is Thursday, I think, and we have a piece of original content that we've created that we're releasing. It's a PDF, basically, but we've put some time and energy into this, and it's called Exit the Matrix, and it's 8 things, 8 ways, I guess, that you can apply certain principles and ideas that we've uncovered and create more freedom and more power in your life right away. These are things that are very actionable, very, very tangible, dare I say tactical, that you can just literally do and make a change that will be noticeable in your life.
Yeah, and they're direct ways that you can get off the mainstream path. You know, like start to pull yourself off, basically. Like, how do you begin to do that? How do you begin to pull yourself off the mainstream program narrative? And that's really what we wanted to focus on. We wanted to come up with a handful of things that we've experienced in our life and that we've pulled from the many interviews, almost 60 interviews we've done now, that are like really common themes of things that people do when they want to get off the mainstream program and allow room for their own stream to flow.
You know, one thing we found with people who love us and the show and our guests and everything we're doing is that they'll tend to be drawn to us through a certain area, like they're really interested in tiny houses or the plant-based diet or minimalism or some area that we're covering. And then by virtue of kind of finding our show, they're exposed to all these other ways that the similar kind of thinking can be applied and create even more freedom, even more empowerment, even more alignment in life. And so this is a great kind of way that we've condensed a lot of that information into one place, and there's a lot of content in there, a lot of things to do this, don't do that, follow this, don't follow that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it came out really great. I think somebody's working in the yard out there.
Anyway, so that goes live on Thursday, April 12th. If you're tuning in after that date, feel free to go to ownstream.co/exit, and that'll take you right to the page. You can download it, start reading it.
And it's all free, it's a free download. So.
We will ask for your email. We're building our email list. Our assumption is that if you're interested in that, you'll be interested in the other things that we will be sharing, which perfectly leads to our next kind of little announcement, which is that our newsletter is changing. We've really thought a lot about this, particularly while we were traveling, and we're creating what we're calling News for a New Earth. And really what we've kind of held as an intention with Ownstream, with the podcast and now with our newsletter, is the news these days, media, is so saturated with negativity and distraction. And most of it is not actually useful. A little bit of it is, but not very much of it is actually useful or actionable in everyday people's lives, which will allow them to create more freedom, power, and alignment in their life. Obviously, these are our themes. So the newsletter will come out twice a month. We don't know on which days. We kind of want to keep it open, and we'll share things when relevant, but we won't share more than twice per month. But all the things that we've spotted or learned about or been shown that we feel can lead to those aims that we want to share. So those will come out twice a month. Again, it's called News for a New Earth. If you're not a subscriber, just go to ownstream.co, click sign up. You'll see it in the menu bar on the top of the front page or any page, and we'll take you right over there where you can sign up, put your name and your email in, and twice a month we'll be sharing these with you. And there should be a lot of content in each one. We really see it as like, this is the news you actually need. This is the news that will actually help you live. And that, we think, is a real space to fill, because that doesn't seem to be out there.
And the kickoff of the Exit the Matrix piece will lead to a webinar series that we'll be doing. We'll be doing monthly webinars that will be kind of focusing on the different aspects of that publication. And the other thing we wanted to say was that these videos, we're going to start doing YouTube videos that are more how-to, very specific content-based videos too. So there'll be the occasional update when relevant, but not weekly. We'll be focusing more on, kind of releasing content that's relevant to our listener base.
Yeah. And last but not least, of course, is on Thursday as well, we're going to be opening our Patreon campaign, which is a way for you to support us. These are typically small gifts that people make that are I guess, recompense to us as we create our content. It's a way for you to support us in the production of the podcasts specifically, as well as the other media that we create. But mainly it's the podcast, because that's our big effort. And the podcast takes quite a bit of energy and work every week. We love doing it. It's not about that, but it's a way for us to exchange, be more connected with you, and ultimately just kind of be more open to the abundance of the universe.
That's such a fun way to support people that you love.
It's a great platform.
Doing what they're doing directly, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so that is our latest and greatest from California. Much love. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye.